Konnichiwa. Let's start today's lesson. Today we are going to learn greetings. Okay. First one is good morning, casual one. Ohayo. Sounds like a little bit Ohayo, right? Okay, please repeat. Ohayo. Ohayo. Ohayo.
What's up, guys? ACCardShark back with another episode of Flea Market Sundays. We are back at the Wind Gap Indoor Flea Market. I do have a box of games I brought to trade in or sell to Lucky Funtime up here at the Wind Gap Flea Market. And they do have some stuff waiting for me to kind of trade in and exchange for. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to head out to Saylorsburg and see what's cooking out there. And yeah, let's see what's going on. So gonna cut. I'm not gonna do any footage of the indoor market. I'll cut to some footage of Saylorsburg and show you what's up there. All right, guys. As you can see, here is the box of games I am bringing in to Lucky Funtime. They are pretty much all duplicates. Games I thought that I didn't have, and I did have them already. Just a bunch of stuff. Some Sega Master System, Sega CD, a bunch of NES titles, some Genesis loose carts, and complete. Just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't need it. It's cluttering my game room, and I'd rather turn it into something I need. And as you can see, there's a Game Boy down here, Game Boy Color, purple Game Boy Color. I believe I already have an actual purple one too. So yeah, just stuff I don't need. So let's turn it into something that could actually be worthwhile and something I can use. I'll let you know how I do. All right, guys. I just left Lucky Funtime. The box of games I brought in turned into some sweet trade-ins, just an even swap. I think I threw $5 or $10 towards it, and got some stuff in this bag here. I'll reveal those to you in the game room. I'm gonna head up to the Saylorsburg Flea Market. Hopefully they got some people out, and I'll take some shots around there for you, and then we'll go back to the game room. Alright, guys, we're up at the Saylorsburg Flea Market. Met up with a couple of followers on YouTube here, and these are their daughters. And show them what you got.
Metroid NES for $10.
Metroid NES for $10. Good shape, right? Good condition?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fun game. You guys are gonna have fun playing that one. I used to play that when I was your age. Alright, guys, we're gonna cut to some more footage.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, guys, just going to be taking off from Saylorsburg now at the Blue Ridge Flea Market. Picked up a handful of games from here as well, so you'll be able to see those. Also, just randomly met up with a YouTube viewer of mine, and him and his wife and his two girls. As you saw from the footage, they showed you what they picked up. But that's Doug and Jen. And I remembered your guys' names. I knew I would probably forget them, so I had to ask again because I'm terrible with names. So, but yeah, so we talked for a little bit about games and about where different stops were in different games and different stores, and probably going to meet up at Too Many Games, hopefully, if he makes it down there. And so it was really cool just to randomly meet up with somebody who watches the videos and appreciates what I do, which is just awesome. So just absolute pleasure talking to you guys. And that's about it here from Saylorsburg. I'm going to cut now to the game room, and I'll show you everything in detail what I picked up. All right, guys, back from both flea markets, back home at the game room. Just an overall awesome day. Got to see Jen and Adam over at Lucky Funtime. As you saw the box that I showed you, I traded in that box full of stuff. I got some stuff, even swap. I threw a couple bucks extra, I think, and then headed over to Saylorsburg to the Blue Ridge Flea Market. Got to see my buddy Greg over there, who is a YouTube viewer as well as a video game seller at the flea market. So I got to see him, picked up some stuff from him. Met up with Doug and Jen, more YouTube viewers who just happened to see me and came up and said, "Oh, hey, it's ACCardShark," and we just started having an awesome conversation and about games and video game stores and everything else. and I picked up some games along the way. So I mean, just an overall awesome day at the flea markets, guys. You know, thank you to you guys who I met up with, to Doug and Jen, and to Greg and Adam and Jen and everybody. You know, it's the camaraderie and the community that really makes collecting games and playing games and stuff worthwhile and fun. And you know, today was a really good example of that. So I'm just really appreciative of that. Getting down to the bags of stuff. This is the bag from Saylorsburg, and I picked up, I think, 4 total games from Saylorsburg. Not a lot of video game. I mean, there were a lot of games out, but it was a lot of sports titles, a lot of just, you know, the games that you don't really look for and want. One guy did have some decent Atari games out, way overpriced. He was more of a sports memorabilia seller, and I guess his prices kind of reflected that. I think it was, no, I'm sorry, Miss Pac-Man for like the 7,800. He had it for $25. Donkey Kong, I think, was $20. There was, you know, like Mr. Deuce Castle. It was there. I wanted it. He had it for like $12. I'm like, I'm not paying that for an Atari game. It's just not worth it to me. So I passed up on him. I did end up hitting one guy up, and found one game that I wanted. I paid his asking price because according to the app it was worth $9, and I paid him 10. Figured I'm not going to haggle. Yeah, I'm not going to haggle for $1. I figured it was close enough for me. But for the sake of Dreamcast, I picked up a game called Deep Fighter. Just one I don't have. It's just like, it looks to be like a shooter under the sea. So it's kind of like a submarine shooter type game. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it looked pretty good. It's a double disc game, and the games are actually in really good shape. The cases are a little banged up, but the discs are just absolutely beautiful. And for $10, you know, hey, I'll pick it up for the Dreamcast. I'm always looking for some new Dreamcast stuff, and it's not easy to come by a lot of times. So I did pick that one up, and then I swung by Greg's stand. And I always like to support Greg if I can, and he always happens to always have something I want, just you know, just for fun. So I picked up one original Game Boy game and 2 Super Famicom games. Today ended up being a very Japanese day for me. But the Game Boy game I picked up, as you guys know, I play all my Game Boy games in the Super Game Boy, so I can play them on the TV in the game room here. I don't really bust out the original Game Boy too often. But the game I did pick up was the Castlevania Adventure. I've never played this game. I'm a big Castlevania fan, especially the 8-bit games, and it also came with the little Game Boy case. And I'm a big fan of those titles. And he said that it's very much like the first Castlevania, and that's my favorite one, is the first one. So, you know, I picked it up. I said, why not? You know, so I charged, I think it was $5. Was it $5 on it? Yeah, $5 on this game. I was like, yeah, you know what? For Castlevania, for an original Game Boy, I'll pick that up. Next game I picked up for the Super Famicom. Came out in North America as well, but just kind of cool to have the Japanese version. But that game is brutal, and that's Paws of Fury. As you can see, it has different label art to it, and has the Japanese over here. He was asking, I think, $3 for this game, so not too bad at all for the Japanese import. And then the gem, so to speak, that I picked up, that I'm really happy I picked up, actually. He was asking $10, and I was okay with that. But that game for the Super Famicom as well is Super Adventure Island. As you can see, there's your characters and everything else, Super Adventure Island. So altogether, he was asking 10, 5, and 3, which would have been 18. I asked him if he would do 15 for me, and he accepted with no issue. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I figure $15 for those 3 games is a really good deal. So basically, I paid for Castlevania and Super Adventure Island, and basically got Brutal Paws of Fury for free. I'll take that all day long, and like I said, I always like to support Greg, even if there's nothing stellar jumping out at me. Which when I first got to the stand, I looked and nothing really jumped out at me. But the more I looked, I was like, oh, I could play those. I could have fun with that. I like to try to support him and support the local guys like that. To keep doing, you know, let them do what they're doing, and you know, as long as I find a game that I want to play and it's fun for me, it's a win for me as well. So those are the 4 games I picked up from the what do you call it, Blue Ridge Flea Market in Saylorsburg. Overall, pretty cool. Like I said, it was more about the camaraderie and the community today, which was awesome. And so going on to Lucky Funtime, as you saw, the box of games, I traded those in. It was all duplicates, all stuff I already had in my collection. I bought it in one place, forgot that I had it already. Tried selling on eBay for a while, and it just became so tedious, and it costs money to do it, and it's by the time you actually sell them, you're not really making that much anyway. So I figured I'd trade it in, give my friends up at Lucky Funtime some more stock for their store, and turn around and bring some stuff home that I want for my collection and my game room. So it was a win-win all around. One big item, which I'll get to at the end. I did pick up three games while I was there. Like I said, it was a very Japanese day, and two out of the 4 from the flea market were Japanese, and 3 out of 3 from Lucky Funtime are Japanese. So I'll hit the games up first, and then show you the last pickup. This game, I'm not going to know really any of the titles because I don't know Japanese. This game was marked for $1, and it was just a random N64 Japanese N64 game. It's just a baseball game for $1. I'm going to try it out. It looks like fun. It kind of looks like MLB Power Pros for the Wii almost, like just the art style of them. The little dude. Adam and Jen were telling me that it was a pretty fun time. So for $1, I'm not going to turn that down, especially for just another Japanese title in my collection. That's pretty cool. So I picked that up. Second one I picked up, made by Technos. And if you guys know, that's River City Ransom. That's... what is it? Super Dodgeball, Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. You can picture those sprites in your head, those characters, made by the same guys. And I don't believe this ever came out in America, but it's for the original Famicom. Again, I have no idea what the title is because it's all Japanese, but it is a hockey game. And it is put out, as you see, by Technos Japan. And, just the art style alone is awesome. If the sprites are anything like Super Dodgeball or River City Ransom, this is going to be one hell of a fun game, and just awesome. I always say that I always hate people writing on their games, but when the games come from Japan and someone writes their name in Japanese on the back of the game, which I think it's their name, it could say a curse word for all I know, but I just find that to be really cool. I mean, the fact that this was in Japan and someone in Japan owned this and wrote on it and stuff, just kind of cool. Just something I like. So for lack of knowing the title, we'll just call it the Technos American, or it's not American Technos, it's Technos Japan, but hockey game. I'll let you guys know how that is. That's a game I kind of would like to do some gameplay of for you guys. And then the last one I picked up is for the Super Famicom, and I was down at Lucky Funtime last week, if you remember, and they had this game on demo in their Super Famicom on the TV, and I thought about picking it up, and I didn't know, and I'd already bought a bunch of games, as you guys saw, and I just didn't want to buy another game because I already had a slew of games I was walking out with, and all week I couldn't stop thinking about this game. It looked like fun. It was a cool platformer, and I contacted them, asked them if they still had it. They did, so I was like, I'm not passing this one up again. For some reason, it drew me back. I forget the American title of it, but it's basically Kirby. It's a Kirby Kirby's Adventure type game, platformer on the Super Famicom, and it's just in awesome condition. Again, if I remember to look it up, I'll title it below. I completely forget. It's slipping my mind what it's called, the American version or the North American version. But I had to pick that up. I saw the demo play, and it just looks like so much fun, and just a game that you get so many hours of enjoyment out of just playing. So I decided to pick that up as well. And then on to the main thing that I brought those games for trade, because I knew that they were cleaning up and holding this for me. He has it wrapped in some bubble wrap here, so I'm going to try to bust this thing out. It is a console that I don't own yet, and one that I have been wanting for a good while, and just really am so super stoked to have it. The main reason I brought the trades in was to basically try to get this either for quote-unquote nothing or very little money. But I did pick up a new console for the collection, and that is a TurboGrafx 16. Ultra stoked to have this in my collection. I already have one game for it, which I bought about 2 years ago because I found it for a cheap price at the Quakertown flea market, which was Bonk. I think it's Bonk's Adventure or Bonk's Revenge or one of those Bonk games. But I just really... I picked that up because I knew eventually I'd have a TurboGrafx, and I kicked myself because the price of these systems has gone up in the last year to 2 years, and I used to be able to find them every day for $30. Now eBay's running $90, $100 for these systems, and I was able to get a really nice clean one from a local store, from friends of mine who I'm supporting, and basically get it for free, so to speak, because I just traded in a bunch of games I just had sitting in the box I didn't want anymore anyway. So that is the TurboGrafx 16. As you can see, it's just in really good shape, and it does have the AV mod in it as well, which is awesome. So I can actually do some gameplay for this as well, since it has AV out on it. And then the other part of it that is also wrapped up, if I can bust this thing open, is they also included all the cords and everything. If I can try to open this thing up, we have the power adapter right here. So the power supply is there, which is awesome. And then we've got the special AV cord for it, which I was advised do not lose this, because it's one of a kind. It'll be tough to find. So luckily I clean. I keep everything clean, I should say, and everything is kept together and wrapped together. So, and it does come with an original TurboPad controller, which is awesome. So basically complete system. Kirby's for the Super Famicom, the hockey game for the Famicom, and the baseball game for the Japanese N64. I spent $10 out of pocket. I traded those games in, a box full of games, and I spent $10 out of my pocket, and I came home with a brand new, to me at least, TurboGrafx 16 and 3 games. I call this an overall awesome win for today, guys. Very, like I said, very Japanese flea market Sunday, which is very unexpected. You usually don't find a lot of Japanese stuff at flea markets, and that's what I found today, so that's really cool. And like I said, awesome camaraderie, awesome fellowship, and just awesome hanging out with some fellow gamers and fellow YouTube followers, watchers, video makers, whatever you may be. I know Doug said he hasn't gotten to the point of making videos just yet, but I told him, you know what, if you do, please let me know, and I will definitely shout out his channel on my channel here, so you guys maybe can get introduced to a brand new gamer and a brand new channel and everything else, and new fresh content. So Doug, if you are watching, just like I said, leave me a comment, let me know that you saw this, and thanks for letting the girls go on and everything onto the video. It's really awesome to have them on there. And just really awesome. So Doug, like I said, if you do end up making some videos, drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to shout you out on here and try to get you some subscribers and some followers and some new watchers. So that's gonna wrap up this Japanese version of Flea Market Sundays, guys. Till next time, ACCardShark. Take care.
ありがとう。さようなら。